Hey loves, it's Ashley. Today is December 29th. I'm currently between 20 and 21 weeks pregnant. The reason I say in between is because by my official due date, I am 20 weeks pregnant, but in my last scan, the baby measured, I think it was like 6 days bigger, which puts me at 21 weeks, but they haven't officially changed my due date, so I don't really know if they are at my next appointment or not. Anywho, I am on my lunch break, and I decided to do a video. I've been saying I wanted to document my pregnancy for the longest, and I've been procrastinating and putting it off, and it went from trying to do a first trimester to here I am in the middle of my second trimester, and I haven't recorded a single video about it. And I know that I'm gonna regret not making these videos, because once the baby's here, I just want to kind of start vlogging and doing like documenting his life. So I think it's easier just to start now before he's here and get in the habit of doing it. And not only that, but just having this footage to be able to look back on, so if, you know, when I have my next child, I can look back and see the things that I went through. If I don't remember off the top of my head, I can rewatch these videos and just know, you know, what my body went through and what to expect, and just compare and all that jazz. But anyways, I wrote down everything here. Since I'm 20 weeks, what I decided to do was today I'm going to tell you guys about my first trimester, my symptoms, my weight gain, doctor's visits, and just the whole experience of the first trimester. And then from there, I'm going to do a video about my second trimester up into 20 weeks. So that would be like, what, week 14 to week 20, and tell you guys about that. And then from there, the goal is to do either weekly updates or bi-weekly, twice a week, bi-monthly updates, so twice a month. Give you guys updates on what's going on with baby and me, and show you my belly and just the whole progress thing. So without further ado, here we go. I found out I was pregnant. Well, let me go back. This baby was planned. So with that being said, my boyfriend and I decided we were ready to have babies. We decided we wanted to start, and we knew the month that we wanted to start. I do want to do a video with him on our conception story, so I won't tell those details. But long story short, September 8th, my period was due, and it did not come. I felt cramps that did not feel like my normal cramps. They were completely different, but they still were cramps. I didn't have any bleeding, no spotting. There was a little bit of discharge. I know it's TMI, but there was discharge, but it was like a milky type of discharge. And I knew then that I was pregnant for sure, because I'm never late for my period. Never, not even by a day, not by a few hours. I'm never late. So I told my boyfriend that I was late, and I didn't want to get my hopes up and play the game. So I was like, okay, it's Monday, Saturday, I'll do a test. But of course, I still had an old test left from a previous few months ago when I was pregnant, and it was a chemical pregnancy, but I had one more test left from that. So I was like, okay. The next day, Tuesday, I took the test. I wasn't supposed to. I swear I wouldn't do it until the weekend, but of course, you know how we women are. I went ahead and I took the test. It was positive. From there, I still got no spotting. I still was having light cramps. Again, I've had a chemical pregnancy a few months before, so of course I'm very nervous, because I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's going to be the same situation, or if the baby's health. You just don't know, and you worry as a woman. So I told my boyfriend instantly. He seen the test. We were excited, but again, still like we both were kind of like, but you don't really know what's gonna happen, and it kind of was like, you know, first 3 months are like an unsafe zone where you don't really know what's gonna happen. So from there, that was Tuesday night. Wednesday, I called my doctor at Kaiser. They told me that first available appointment wasn't for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm like, oh no, I need to confirm this pregnancy. So they told me that on Saturdays they have a what is it called, like a nurse's clinic or something like that. And so of course that Saturday I went to the nurse's clinic. They confirmed the pregnancy. It just was like I peed on a stick or whatever, same thing I did at home. They gave me my expected due date, which was May 13th, which I already knew by looking at the little charts online. I pretty much immediately started to feel symptoms. Some of my symptoms were, first of all, it was like all of a sudden like an alien took over my body. That's the best way that I can describe it looking back and even going through it. That's how I best describe it. I was completely, it just felt like I was like completely exhausted, completely fatigued. Everything just made me so tired. It felt like I was permanently nauseous, and that was never gonna go away, which was like the worst feeling because I didn't really throw up a lot. Only threw up once when I tried bacon, but it just always felt like I was gonna throw up, and I always just felt like sick. I had a lot of insomnia. I would go to sleep, I would come home, I would be so tired. I would sleep maybe say like between like 8, sometimes 7 and 10 o'clock. I would fall asleep, and then like every single night, no matter how tired I was, about 3 a.m. I'd be up like watching Lifetime or movies or whatever until it was almost time to get up from work, and it just was like weird. But yeah, I had insomnia. Oh, one of the things that I did was my boyfriend and I agreed that when I did get pregnant that I would start back eating chicken. I've been pescatarian since November 2006, so I hadn't really eaten any meat except for seafood in 8 years, but I decided when I found out I was pregnant I would start back eating chicken. Not that I have to. You can definitely have a healthy baby without a doubt without eating meat, but it just was something for me. It was like, you know, just to make sure I have what I need and not have to supplement, and just know for sure that I was doing my part to make sure that my baby was healthy. So the day that I went to the nurse's clinic, that was September 13th. It was a Saturday, and that day when they confirmed my pregnancy at Kaiser, my boyfriend and I went to Hot and Juicy Crawfish, and he always gets the fried chicken as an appetizer, and that's what I ate my first chicken experience. And I will say that tasting it, it wasn't something that I missed, but it didn't gross me out. So I still eat it even to this day, and I don't plan on stopping even when my baby is born, but it's not something that I have to have. Like, I still will like order a burrito or any dish, no meat or seafood. What else? Mood swings, that definitely was my biggest issue. I was always irritable. I won't say I cried a lot in my first trimester, but I did cry quite a few times, more than I should have. And more than anything, I think that it was just about like my fears. Like, something happened today, now I'm fearful of what will happen next. Or like my boyfriend and I would get into it, and I'm fearful of being a single mom, and I'm fearful about my baby's health. And those were the things that I cried about, and it was just like, why am I crying? Like, I couldn't control it. And I think that was just the emotional side, or a symptom was being emotional. And even now, like, I'm always so emotional that like, if you tell me to cry right now, I can cry on command, which is really weird, but I guess it's a symptom. What else? Pregnancy brain. It started towards the end of the first trimester, and it's definitely taken over my life. Like, even